This video is gonna be fucking important if you ask me, because the bear market is over, but as you witnessed, the bear market wasn't straight down. Now the bull market is coming, but the bull market isn't straight up, and we are now somewhere in the middle. So how do I prepare? How do I sleep well at night? And how can I make sure that no matter what happens in the market, I am totally fine with it? These are the three scenarios that could happen in this crypto market and how I prepare for all three of them to make the most out of it and to blast my portfolio to the moon in the next bull market. As you maybe know, I'm a big fan of crypto gaming, and this proves it once again. Gaming is pretty hot at the moment. But this video is not about the specific coins I want to buy, because guess what? It doesn't matter. I mean, of course it matters in a way that you can make a 10x or 20x or 30x, but in this video I'd rather talk about the fact that if we go up, sideways or down, how do you handle that? These are the three scenarios, so let's talk about that. So there are a couple of possibilities. Or the market goes up, or the market stays sideways, or the market goes down. Right now, if we look at the market at the moment, let's look at the market as Bitcoin. Right, Bitcoin is the leading currency. We basically all know that if Bitcoin goes into a bull market, altcoins go into a bull market. If Bitcoin does nothing, altcoins usually do nothing, and if it goes down, altcoins also goes down. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now, what I said at the beginning, if Bitcoin goes down in a bear market, it's of course never in a straight line, right? A bear market will never ever, and also not in the future, look like this, right? What a bear market looks like is this. It goes down, we get a rally that makes you believe that it's not over yet, and make you ape in again, get completely wrecked, to then go down. Stay sideways for a couple of weeks. May give you a little hope like, okay, now it's over, and then bam, get slapped down again. That happens a couple of times, that gets people completely wrecked. Then we are in the pre-halving year right now, and that's basically so far where the market in the first half of the year goes up and in the second half of the year goes down. Now, we get also these rallies, right? It's not purely sideways. So it goes up, down, up, down, up, down. Bulls and bears don't really know how to play this. At a certain point, we will get a bull market, and you can already guess how that's going to look like. It's not going to look like straight up. It's going to look like up, sideways, maybe a little down, up again, sideways, and maybe a very big correction, right? And then go up again. If we look at previous bull markets, it's also not straight up, right? For example, we had a big move up right here, but from this moment, crypto still went down 30% in the couple of weeks. A lot of people there thought it was over. Now, even if we take it from May, where we basically topped out, it went all the way down 55%, and everybody basically got caught by surprise that we had a sort of double top. Went up another 136%. People thought like, hey, extended cycle, longer bull market, we go to 100k, and then we get into a complete bear market. So the fact is, why do I say this? That you might, if you understand the cycles, can guess the direction, give or take, and the time span, give or take, but you do not, of course, know exactly when is what going to happen. Although there are, of course, people on YouTube or Twitter that claim to know, they make it seem like they are very confident about it, but that's, of course, to look strong, to gain following. You know, you don't want to look insecure as an influencer. I'm going to tell you this straight away. If you follow this channel, if you're already following it, man, I'm going to tell you a lot of times, hey, like, look, guys, I don't know, but this is my best guess, right? That's all we can do, speculate and take our best guess based on what we see in the charts, right? Because that's all we have. So this whole up, sideways or down basically goes for the period of right now until the halving, couple of months after the halving, right? Because that's the period where crypto is quite volatile, where it can go up, sideways or down, right? In the bull market, like I said, of course it could go down as well, but the overall direction is up. So how to prepare right now, because there are people that say like, yeah, I'm already all in because the market looks very bullish, the news is good, we get a Bitcoin ETF, the bull market is coming, the halving is coming, so I'm already in the market. There are people that say like, hey, based on the previous cycle, it's supposed to go down first and we do not know how far. Based on the previous cycles, we either make a double bottom or we go slightly below. That's well under 20K, and that could be very bearish for altcoins, of course. And these people be like, nah, I'm mainly into cash. And there are people that say like, yeah, it could be this, it could be that. Overall, it's sideways. So how to prepare for all scenarios? So how do I prepare for all scenarios? So let me put it like this. And I'm going to be super transparent because otherwise I cannot give you good examples. I have at the moment around 100K sitting in crypto. So if the market goes up, I'm fine because I've set my goal. Right? I have set my goal and I'd be like, you know, I want to have at least $1 million in the next bull run. Not because $1 million is necessarily so nice, but it suits for me, for my goals. I want to buy a house. I want to provide for a couple of years, and that's an amount of money I can do that with. So in that case, I need a 10x. Is a 10x realistic? Is that something that could happen between now and the top of the next bull market? Well, in my opinion, that's very possible. If you don't play it too stupid, you should be very, very able to pull a 10x out of this market. If you put it into Bitcoin and later on into the good altcoins and you shuffle a little bit, then a 10x should be child's play, right? So first think about, okay, what is the market going to do between now and the top of the next bull run, right? Do you think that it could easily be a 20x? Okay, cool. You're gonna make a 20x. What do you want? You want to get $100,000 at the next bull run. I don't know, I just named something. Okay, so how much do you need right now in the market? 5K. That's how you prepare for the upside. Okay, so if for some reason the market doesn't go down and it only goes up, I'm riding my 100K, and I think that my goal of $1 million is very achievable. So that's one. So the market goes up, I make a 10x, and I turn my 100K into $1 million. So I'm prepared for that. If the market goes up, I'm cool. Cool, so I got that covered, right? I don't need to worry about that. But then there's also the possibility that the market goes sideways, which I think is the most likely possibility. And again, with sideways, I do not mean this, right? With sideways, I mean this, right? It could fluctuate between $35,000, $20,000. Overall, that's sideways, right? It doesn't sound like sideways, but it actually is, right? If you look, for example, in 2015, right, the market went down all the way from $1,200, all the way down to $160. Then it went up all the way to $320, so it 2x'd. And then in a matter of a couple of weeks, it came down to $160 again. Look, if you're in the middle of this, right, if this is the chart that you are currently looking at, like this, right, like this, and we are here, for example, yeah, hell no that you feel that it's sideways, right? Hell no. But in a market where an asset also makes 100x's, then if you look back at that, this is considered pretty sideways, right? So therefore I say this is considered pretty sideways if you have the feeling that the outcome is going to be somewhere around here or so, right? So what if the market goes sideways? In that case, you should be able to benefit from that. And there are a lot of ways to benefit from that. Now, I'm not going to go over all of them. I think I'm going to make a separate video for that. So let me know in the comments if you want that. But to name a couple of things, work, right? First, work. Because in a sideways market, that's where you want to accumulate, right? That's your DCA zone, right? You buy the top, you buy the bottom, you buy anywhere in between. You do not aim for the bottom, right? You can't. You can aim for it, but you won't buy that. So in a sideways market, you should be kind of happy, because we all know that, at least the people that are not just new in crypto, we know that at a certain point we will get a bull run. And if you are not in a rush to make money, then the longer it goes sideways, the better it is, because the more money you are going to make. Why? Purely time-wise, right? If you have a job and you have $500 per month extra to invest, and the market goes sideways for 3 months, yeah, you can invest $1,500 before you get a bull run and you maybe make 15K out of it. But if it goes sideways for, let's say, 10 months, right, you can invest $5,000 and you make $50,000. So the longer it goes sideways, the better, basically. Okay, so that's what you want to do. You just want to work. You want to cut your expenses as well. It's very simple, guys. It's a bear market, especially for altcoins. And of course, we aim for at least a 10x, but you can make so much more in an altcoin bull market. We all know that. If you ever go out or online and you want to spend something, always in a bear market, realize every dollar that I spend right now could be $30 in 2 years. That's how you have to take a look at your money right now. So, I don't know, if you walk into a store and you want to buy a new jacket for $100, realize that you're actually paying $3K for that. And then think like, okay, do I really want it that bad? Like, I mean, if you need stuff, you need stuff. So you sometimes need new clothes, but if you do it for luxury, then please think like, is this really what I need? Because it could be so much more. And yeah, that's how I missed out on a lot of money as well. Once my whole career started running, I started making some money. I didn't spend big money, but I spent some, like a PlayStation 5 or something like that, right? And it's nice, but I basically never use it. There was $500 spent, which could be, of course, way more than $500 in the next bull run. So I feel like, man, yeah, okay, I kind of regret that, and I even might sell that. So if you want to buy PlayStation, don't do it. Go listen to my advice. Don't buy shit right now. But that's what you can do. Also, what I'm doing, for example, is I'm staking, right? I'm staking. I have some coins, and the coins that I do have, I'm staking them. I, for example, have a lot of Seedify tokens because I want to participate in new crypto pre-sales. And new crypto pre-sales can often look like this. This is Hypercycle, a project that I participated in, for example. It did a 12x. I invested $9,500. 12x, made more than 100K. Why? Because I hold Seedify tokens. Okay, so Seedify, yeah, to be liable to get into these launches, you need to stake your Seedify tokens, and you get an APR on that, right? APY. It's not huge, but it's better than to let them dust away in your account, right? If you're staking tokens for, let's say, 10K, you have 10K worth of tokens, and you get 5% on that, right? That's not bad. That's not bad. You make $500 every year for just having them, right? It's better than having them dusting away in your Binance account, right? So that's also a way. If the market goes sideways, make sure that you are able to get more out of it. So, for example, staking, working, you can, well, like I do, for example, with these launch pads, I get these tokens, for example, Hypercycle, I get them every block, right? So every so much seconds I get new tokens. So I basically sell them every day. So that's also a passive income. So money from vestings, right? That kind of stuff. So just consider that even if the market stays sideways, is my money doing nothing? Yes? Okay, then you're doing something wrong. If the market stays sideways, are you gaining more? Well, at least coins, maybe not necessarily money, but coins. Okay, cool. That's nice. Especially if these are coins that are likely to do well in the next bull run. Like Seedify has a big utility, right? It's a launchpad token and people want to ape into new launches in the bull market. I'm not necessarily talking about tokens that you can stake, but that have no utility. But because people say that the utility is staking, like Hex. for example, right? Like that's not, because that's definitely not guaranteed to do well in a bull run. So that's a scenario for if the market does nothing for a while, right? Sideways, cool. Make sure that you're getting money in. Then if the market goes down, cool. I personally am also prepared for that, because I have now around 40K in cash, give or take, right? Don't know why I'm giving you all these numbers, but otherwise I gotta lie, and like I said, I gotta use examples. So 40K in cash, cool. Why just 40K? For me, if I'm so bearish on the market, well, like I said, I have a lot of money coming in from vestings, right? So hypercycle is just one, but I'm getting like $140 every day with the current price, right? But I have like, and that's the best so far, but I have like 10 of these vestings running. I have a Gala film node running. I have a Miriam node running. I have a couple of Delesium nodes running. I have a lot of stuff that comes in passively. So therefore, it doesn't really matter for me. I don't need a lot of cash because tomorrow I have some new cash, right? So, but you do need to have some money liquid, right? So I have 40K in stables basically, and on my bank. So what if the market goes down, right? It could happen, right? Like it could happen. What happened so far is that the market did something like this, right? And then it picks up again, right? Now, if we see such a crash, of course, you are already dollar costing. But if you're smart, you do not want to say like, hey, I have $500 every month, so I'm dollar costing $500 every month. Because once this happens, you want to have something ready to deploy as well, right? Let's say the COVID crash right here. I know people say it was a black swan, this and that. We could see a wick, what for reason soever, right? Yeah, if you're dollar costing $500 a month, and let me put it on the daily chart, and let's say you dollar costed it here, right? Beginning of March, I don't know. So you have new money at the beginning of April. So you have nothing here. You want to have some on the sideline to, and get exact that necessarily, but maybe at least this. Right? Where it stayed for a couple of days. So here you definitely had a chance time-wise. But you have to give yourself that chance money-wise as well. All right? So always have cash. If the market does crash, you have to think to yourself, do I have faith in crypto still? No matter, fuck the news, right? If Binance goes down, if Gary Gensler becomes president, if whatever kind of bad news could happen, ignore that and think to yourself, is crypto dead? No? Do I have faith in the new bull run? Has that changed? No, probably not, right? Then deploy right there, right? You always want to have cash. If your favorite altcoin suddenly has a huge crash, but you do really believe in the altcoin, then you can always catch up some on the dip, right? That's what you want to do. I mainly also have cash because I use it to get into these pre-sales that CDFI and Engine Starter, etc. offers, right? So I always need cash for that. But other than that, you still should always have some. And even in the bull market, I will have some, right? Why? It makes me sleep well at night. It makes me feel like, okay, I love it when the market goes up, right? Why? Because we just saw this. If the market goes up, I make money, so I love it. But if it does come down hard for some reason, then I also fine with it because I have a lot of cash to deploy. And if it goes sideways and it's boring as shit, it's also fine because I'm making money passively, so I don't need to do anything. So in that case, I am prepared for all three scenarios. Okay, no matter what happens, up, sideways, down, I'm fine with it. We know that at the end of the day, it will go up and we will be fine. So with my current money, I feel like, okay, I can already achieve my goal and make $1 million. So my goal doesn't rely anymore on the direction of the market, right? It already happens as soon as the bull run happens. And everything that happens in between, the more time in between, the faster I will achieve that goal. Because if it happens right now, a sudden bull run, I achieve my goal. If it happens in half a year, cool, I have way more deployed, so I achieve my goal earlier. If the market crashes really hard, I'm on the short term further from my goal, but I can deploy more. And then when the bull run happens, I achieve my goal way earlier, maybe double my goal, right? So that's how I prepare for the market. Make sure you sleep well at night, okay? Because I am pretty convinced that the market will go down before we go up. I'm quite sure, as far you can be. But it doesn't mean I'm putting all my money on that, okay? So no matter what you believe, if you believe that the market won't go down and that it does go up, also cool. But don't put all your money on that. That's what I would say. Be prepared for every single scenario. I hope it's useful to you. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, check out the Patreon. There is a link down below where we get a lot of exclusive content, early calls, NFTs, tokens, personal consulting, my crypto portfolio, podcasts, etc. You name it, crazy shit. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any thoughts on this, please leave a comment. Take care.